Hey there, welcome back. Today, we are diving into something I think we all face at some point, dealing with toxic people. Ever feel totally drained after spending time with someone? Like their negativity just clings to you, you are not alone. Here's the good news, there is a way to handle these situations with strength, clarity, and even compassion. And believe it or not, the ancient Stoics figured this out thousands of years ago. They did not focus on changing the outside world. They focused on mastering their own emotions. Powerful, right? So in this video, we are going to explore 13 practical, Stoic-inspired strategies to help you navigate toxic dynamics with grace and resilience. By the end, you will walk away with a mental toolbox that'll protect your peace and elevate your emotional well-being. Let us jump into it. 1. Spot the toxic threat early. Imagine you are the gatekeeper to your own mental fortress, your citadel. Your peace of mind, your energy, your emotional stability, they all live inside those walls. And like any good guard, your first job is to notice when something dangerous is approaching. That means recognizing toxic behavior before it chips away at you. One of the core ideas from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus is this: it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That is especially true when dealing with toxic people. Their words or actions are not inherently powerful. It is how we interpret them and respond that determines their impact. So, how do we train this Stoic mindset? Start by learning the signs. Toxic people can show up in all kinds of ways. The critic constantly points out your flaws, subtly or directly, leaving you doubting yourself. The manipulator uses guilt trips, flattery, or even threats to try and control your choices. The negativity magnet complains about everything, pulling you into their pit of pessimism. The narcissist craves admiration but gives nothing back emotionally. You always feel drained after interacting. The gossip thrives on stirring drama and spreading rumors. The energy vampire doesn't even have to say much. They just leave you mentally and emotionally exhausted. Recognizing these patterns is like mapping out threats to your fortress. Once you know what you are up against, you can plan your defense. Think of yourself like a Roman general preparing for battle, not with swords, but with emotional intelligence and boundaries. 2. Strengthen your emotional walls. Now that you have spotted the threat, it is time to build your walls. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, ruled one of the greatest empires in history, and he did it with wisdom, patience, and unshakable focus. That same strength is exactly what you need to protect your emotional well-being. How? By setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are those invisible lines that say, this is what I allow into my space, and this is what I do not. You would not let invaders casually walk into your city. So do not let toxic behaviors stroll into your mind unchecked. Start by identifying which behaviors drain you. Is it a coworker's constant complaints, a family member's manipulation? Be honest with yourself. Then, get clear about what you will allow, and say it out loud. Here's how to set strong, compassionate boundaries like a Stoic. Use I statements. Instead of saying you are always so negative, say, I feel overwhelmed when we only focus on problems. Be specific. Vague lines get crossed. Instead of I need space, say, I can't talk right now, but I will reach out later this week. Stay firm, not aggressive. You do not need to yell to be strong. Think calm, confident, and clear. And do not forget, setting boundaries is not a one-time deal. You have to enforce them consistently. That means speaking up again if someone crosses the line. If needed, It is okay to limit or even end contact to protect your peace. Remember, boundaries are not about punishment. They are about self-respect. 3. Become emotionally boring to them. Here's a fun image. Picture a toxic person as a drama-hungry emotional barbarian. They come charging in, hoping to stir you up, get a rise, and feed off your energy. What if you gave them nothing to react to? Enter the gray rock method. This strategy, inspired by Stoic detachment, is all about becoming emotionally, well, gray. Like a rock. Smooth. Uninteresting. Neutral. You do not have to shut down completely. You are just not giving them any handholds to latch onto. When they try to provoke you, insult you, bait you, guilt trip you, you respond with something like, That is one way to look at it. Okay. That is it. No emotion, no justification. Just quiet, even-toned responses. The Stoic Seneca said that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. The same goes here. Don't give toxic people the satisfaction of owning your attention or reactions. Now, fair warning, some toxic folks might escalate at first, trying harder to provoke you. That is normal. Stay the course. Let your inner rock stand firm while the emotional waves crash and fade. 4. The broken record technique. Have you ever had someone keep pushing your boundaries over and over, even after you have made your stance clear? That is where the broken record technique comes in. This one's simple but powerful. When someone tries to manipulate or argue with you, calmly repeat your position, over and over, like a record that is stuck on one line. Let us say someone keeps pressuring you to do something you do not want to do. You just say, I am not available for that. I am not available for that. I am not available for that. No emotion. No explanation. Just the same clear line. Epictetus, another Stoic great, believed that freedom is the ability to act according to your own nature and reason. That includes the freedom to say no without guilt. By using this technique, you stay rooted in your values, avoid getting dragged into an emotional tug of war, and show the toxic person that you are not going to budge. Manipulators hate this. Why? Because it throws off their game. They expect you to waver, argue, or give in. But you are not playing that game anymore. 5. Don't take the bait. Think of a toxic person like a fisherman tossing bait into the water: sarcasm, guilt, drama. They want you to bite. React. Get upset. But here's the Stoic move: do not bite. This is not about being cold or uncaring. This is about choosing not to let someone else control your emotions. The Stoics called this indifference, not in the I do not care way, but in the I won't be ruled by this kind of way. When someone lobs a passive-aggressive jab your way, you can either snap back and feed the fire, or observe it like a cloud passing by and move on. The Stoics teach us that our power lies not in controlling other people, but in controlling ourselves. And when you refuse to take the bait, you show that power. 6. Master the art of the non-reaction. Let us talk about silence, not the awkward kind, but the powerful kind. Some toxic people are verbal gladiators. They throw jabs, sarcasm, and criticisms like they are in a sparring match. And what they want is a reaction. Anger, defensiveness, maybe even tears. That fuels them. Here's where Stoicism offers an unexpected yet incredibly effective tactic: the non-reaction. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That means choosing action, or in this case, inaction, that reflects your values. So what does that look like in real life? When someone makes a snide comment, say nothing. When someone tries to provoke you in public, maintain eye contact, breathe, and stay silent. Silence disarms. It is unexpected. It shifts the power back to you. It is like playing tennis with no one on the other side of the court. The toxic person hits the ball, and it just bounces away with no return. No rally. No game. Now, let us be honest, it is not always easy to stay silent. You may feel the urge to defend yourself, to fight back. But ask yourself, is this person even open to hearing you, or are they just here to win an argument? If it is the latter, silence speaks volumes. It shows maturity, control, and detachment. And in time, it trains the other person that they can't get a rise out of you anymore. 7. Limit your exposure. Sometimes you can't fully avoid a toxic person, maybe they are a colleague, a family member, or someone tied into your daily life, but you can still protect yourself by limiting how much access they have to your energy. Think of your emotional energy like your phone battery. Every time you engage with a toxic person, it drains a little more. You can't always turn off your phone, but you can close apps running in the background. Same concept. When possible, create physical space. Skip the optional meeting. Decline the lunch invite. Step out of the room when the drama begins. And when distance is not an option, build emotional space. Here's how: stay detached. Observe, do not absorb. Think of yourself as a scientist taking notes, not a sponge soaking up their emotions. Reframe the moment. If they are complaining non-stop, mentally label it, they are venting, not attacking me. Focus on your peace. Imagine an invisible shield around you. Their negativity bounces off, it does not get in. Remember, you are not being rude. You are being responsible. Stoicism teaches us to manage what we can control. And that includes how much we let toxic people into our mental space. 8. Build a Stoic support system. Even the strongest fortress has allies. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature and with others. Seneca often wrote about the value of friendships based on virtue and mutual respect. So here's your next power move: build your support system. These are the people who get you, who lift you up when you are down, who help you zoom out when you are stuck in toxic fog. They do not need to be many, just a few trustworthy, emotionally healthy allies. Your support system helps in 3 key ways. They give you perspective. Sometimes just talking to a good friend helps you see that, no, you are not crazy. Yes, that behavior was manipulative. They remind you of your worth. Toxic people often chip away at your self-esteem. Your allies help build it back up. They model what healthy interaction looks like. Which is huge, because once you experience kindness and respect consistently, you become less tolerant of toxicity. So invest in those good connections. Reach out to a friend. Join a community that aligns with your values. Surround yourself with people who remind you what good feels like. 9. Prioritize self-care like a warrior. Dealing with toxic people takes a toll. It is like being in emotional combat. You need time to heal, recharge, and sharpen your tools again. That is where Stoic self-care comes in. This is not about spa days though. Hey, if that is your thing, go for it. It is about doing what strengthens your body, mind, and spirit consistently, so you are resilient no matter what comes at you. Here are 3 Stoic-inspired self-care habits. Do something that brings you joy. Whether it is painting, running, or reading, give your brain a break from the emotional grind. Practice mindfulness. The Stoics were big on journaling and self-reflection. Similar to meditation today. Even 5 minutes of silence, deep breathing, or gratitude can reset your nervous system. Connect with nature. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the power of nature to calm the soul. A walk through the park or sitting under a tree can work wonders. Also, sleep, eat well, move your body. These might seem obvious, but they are the first things to slip when stress takes over. And here's something most people miss. Protect your self-care time like you would protect a meeting with your boss. Block it out. Defend it. You need it to function at your best. 10. Realize, it is not about you. This one's a game changer. When toxic people act out, it often has nothing to do with you. And everything to do with what is going on inside them. The Stoics had a term for this kind of emotional distancing, prosoke. It means mindful attention, watching events and people without instantly attaching judgment or ego to them. So when someone lashes out, instead of thinking, why are they being like this to me? Try reframing it as, this is a reflection of them, not me. That perspective shift is powerful. It keeps you grounded. Think of it this way, if a storm is raging outside, you do not take it personally. You close the windows. You stay inside. You wait it out. The storm is not about you. Neither is someone else's dysfunction. As Epictetus said, it is not events that disturb us, but our judgment of them. Change your lens, and the emotional sting loses its power. 11. Don't try to fix them. Let us be honest, when we care about someone, especially if they are a close friend or family member, it is tempting to try and fix them. Maybe if you just explain it the right way. Show them how toxic they are being. Offer enough support. They will finally change. But here's the tough truth, you can't change people who do not want to change. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power. And take the rest as it happens. In other words, focus on what you can control. And that does not include another person's choices or behavior. Trying to fix someone often leads to frustration and burnout. You might start feeling responsible for their growth, or guilty when it does not happen. But their journey is theirs. And your peace, that is yours to protect. Instead of fixing, try modeling. Let your calm, your boundaries, and your integrity speak for you. Offer resources if it feels right, like recommending a book, suggesting therapy, or sharing a helpful insight, but let go of the outcome. Think of it like this, you can water your own garden. You can share seeds with others, but you can't force someone else's garden to grow. So take that emotional energy you have been using to save someone, and reinvest it in yourself. That is where real change begins. 12. Know when to walk away. Okay, this one's heavy, but necessary. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, your boundaries, your silence, your detachment, the toxic person does not change. The situation remains emotionally damaging, and the only path forward, the one Stoicism fully supports, is this: walk away. Now, to be clear, this does not always mean a dramatic exit. Sometimes it is a gradual withdrawal. Less contact. A shift in how much you share. Other times, it means ending the relationship completely. The key is recognizing when a person is no longer just difficult. They are harmful. They have become a storm constantly battering your emotional walls, and no fortress can stand forever without repairs. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Walking away is not weakness. It is strength. It is choosing to protect what is sacred, your peace, your values, your mental health. Before making that choice, reflect. Have you tried to set boundaries? Have you given them chances to respect your limits? Are you constantly feeling anxious, drained, or unsafe around them? If the answer is yes, it may be time. You are not abandoning them. You are choosing yourself. And in doing that, you create space for healing, for healthy relationships, and for a life aligned with your values. Stoicism does not demand you endure suffering endlessly. It asks that you live wisely. Sometimes wisdom means knowing when to let go. 13. Forgive yourself and let go. We are ending with what might be the most powerful shift of all, self-forgiveness. If you have been affected by toxic people, you might carry guilt. Why did not I see it sooner? Why did I let them treat me that way? Why did not I stand up for myself? Let that go. The Stoics did not believe in dwelling on the past. Seneca said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." The past is over. What matters is what you do now. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of it. When you forgive, especially yourself, you are reclaiming your energy, your identity, your future. Here's how to start. Acknowledge your feelings. Anger, sadness, confusion, it is okay to feel all of it. Practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself like you would a friend going through the same thing. Shift your perspective. Maybe you did not know better at the time. Maybe you were in survival mode. That is okay. You do know better now. Visualize it like this. You are carrying a heavy backpack filled with anger, regret, and resentment. Forgiveness is setting that backpack down. You walk away lighter, stronger, ready. And if you are still healing, that is okay too. Healing is not a straight line. But with every boundary, every silent moment, every choice to protect your peace, you are honoring your growth. Final thoughts, your Stoic toolbox. So let us recap your 13 Stoic strategies for dealing with toxic people. Recognize the toxic threat. Build emotional boundaries. Use the gray rock method. Repeat yourself with the broken record technique. Don't take the bait. Master the art of the non-reaction. Limit your exposure. Build your support system. Prioritize self-care. Remember, it is not about you. Stop trying to fix them. Know when to walk away. Forgive yourself. Each of these tools gives you more control over your energy, your mind, and your inner peace. Toxic people do not stand a chance against someone who is calm, clear, and committed to their own well-being. So keep your fortress strong. Stay rooted in reason. And live like the Stoics, focused, free, and unshakably at peace. If this helped you, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments. Which of these 13 tools do you want to try first? Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I will see you in the next video.